So you're feeling the pull to the plants and the earth and the wild. And you're also wondering, where the hell do I start on this journey? Maybe you've Googled green witchcraft and now your brain is overloaded with herbalists and moon charts and 20 different rules for doing it right. But the truth is that you don't need any of this to begin. There are a few things that I wish somebody had told me when I started on my green witch path journey, so I am going to share them with you now. Stick around because this might actually change how you think about your entire path. Welcome, Wild One. I'm Emma Louise Dyson, earth medicine woman, shamanic witch, and founder of Wild and Untamed. And if you are into plant spirits, seasonal magic, deep energy work, and witchcraft that is actually rooted in the land, then this is your place. I make videos for witches and wild souls who don't just want to read about magic, but they want to actually live it. So if that sounds like you, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, do all the things, and let's get into it. So I'm going to be sharing with you today 5 things that every beginner green witch needs to know. And these are 5 things that I wish somebody had told me when I first started on my path, rather than getting overwhelmed with all the things, which is not good for my neurodivergent brain. So let's get started. Tip number 1. The most important, you do not need to know every single plant to begin your journey. Start with what is around you. One of the biggest mistakes I see beginner witches make, and I did this too, is trying to learn everything at once and thinking that you can't start until you know all of the things. You need to know every herb, every correspondence, every planetary ruler, every magical use, and it's too much. And it actually pulls you away from what really matters in green witchcraft. So you don't need to know it all. You don't even need to know 5 herbs, right? Start with one. And ideally start with one that is already calling you. Maybe it's a plant in your garden. Maybe it's a so-called weed that you often see. In fact, weeds were given a bad name. They were called weeds because most of them have super powerful properties. So in my honest opinion, they're always a really good place to start. For me, it was a plant called borage, or also known as starflower. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't choose it, it chose me. I just kept seeing it over and over and over again in gardens, on my walks, in books that I wasn't even paying proper attention to. There was something about it. There was something magical when I looked at it and I couldn't explain it. I just knew it was important. And when I finally sat down with it and, no agenda, no books, no research, I just sat with it and I just felt this deep sense of calm in my body. Like I was actually speaking to something that I hadn't known how to name before. And later, I learned that borage is all about courage. It's about soft strength. It's about steadiness in the face of fear. And of course, that was exactly what I needed at that time. There were things going on in my life, and that energy really supported me moving forward with courage. So that's how this path works. The plants will come to you. It's your job to notice. So if you're starting out, don't worry about memorizing a whole herbal book. I've got some great book recommendations. If you'd like me to do a whole video on that, do let me know in the comments and I can absolutely share those with you. But what's really important is to go outside, to pay attention. Which plants keep showing up in your life? What do you keep noticing, right? That is your starting point. Tip number 2, green witchcraft is about relationship. It's not about having the right herbs in cute jars. And I mean, that's cute, right? It's not about kind of following a specific spell recipe exactly to the letter. It's not about ticking boxes or making things look good on the outside. And that's really hard sometimes, especially in today's day and age where everybody is about the aesthetic. It's about building a relationship with the plants, the land, the plant spirits, and also with your own body as well. And green witchcraft isn't about using plants. I kind of dislike that word. I'm using this plant, I'm using this crystal. Nobody wants to be used, right? We work with them. So we listen to them. We show up like you would with a friend, not just kind of expecting them to do stuff for us, but building a relationship. And that kind of relationship takes time. It takes trust, it takes consistency and presence. So if a plant is calling you, don't rush to go and harvest it. Don't just rush to kind of Google what it's for. Don't immediately turn it into a tea or a spell, right? Just go and be with it. Sit beside it, breathe with it. Notice how your body feels in its presence, what emotions come up for you, what images or memories start to surface. Maybe just sit and meditate with it. Right? What does it feel like when you sit quietly together? And that is the beginning of a relationship. And that is where the magic starts. Tip number 3. Your body is actually part of your practice. Hear me out. So green witchcraft isn't something that lives in our head, right? It lives in our body. And when you walk the land, when you touch the plants, when you track the seasons, you're not just observing nature, you're feeling it, right? In your skin, your gut, your bones, your womb, if you have one. Your body responds to what's happening in the earth, whether you are conscious of it or not. We are deeply connected. And when you learn to pay attention to those shifts, the magic gets a lot more powerful. Maybe your energy drops right before there is a storm. Maybe your chest feels tight every time a certain tree is in flower. Maybe a part of your body lights up when you touch a certain plant. That's not random, that's communication. And this is something that we're going to be working with inside the Wild Reawakening. It's a practice called body mapping. And it's where you're going to learn to track where the energy moves through your body, where it sticks, what it's trying to tell you. I'm going to tell you more about this at the end, but just know this, right? Your body is part of your green witchcraft, and it's how the earth speaks through you. Tip number 4, almost got the wrong fingers. Tip number 4, work with the seasons and not against them. I bark on about this all of the time, right? But green witchcraft is seasonal by nature. The earth shifts, the plants shift, you shift. And the more you fight against that, the harder it all feels. We are not meant to be in full bloom all of the time, right? There are seasons for growth. There are seasons for rest, for composting, for letting go. And your energy will change with the wheel of the year. Your rituals might be louder in the summer, quieter in the winter. Your body might need more sleep, more food, more stillness. And that is not laziness. That is rhythm. And I talk about this so much because I'm so passionate. When we live in harmony with the changing of the seasons and the wheel of the year, we live a life that we were designed to live. The reason why a lot of New Year's resolutions don't work is because nobody eats salad in January. You don't, our ancestors didn't go, well, certainly not mine here in the UK where it's cold and dark, didn't go, right, January the 1st, I'm going to lose some weight, I'm going to start eating salad. Salad didn't freaking grow in January, right? They weren't going off and going for a run. Oh, I'm going to go for a run. Right? They were huddled round a fire. I've gone off topic, but it's a subject I'm really passionate about. So, yeah, learn to pay attention, right, to what is happening outside of your window. What is blooming? What's dying back? What the light is doing. And you'll also start to notice the same moments and movements within you as well. And that's the real work. It's not pushing to stay high vibe, but it's aligning with actually what is alive right now. And when you practice seasonally, everything starts to flow. You're not working against nature, you're working with her. And finally, tip number 5, really important, start where you are with what you have. You don't need a garden. You don't need a cupboard full of dry herbs. You don't need land or tools or access to the perfect wild space. All those things are wonderful, but you don't need them. You begin by noticing what is already here. What plants are growing between the cracks in the pavement. The tree that you walk past every day, maybe you've never really stopped to look at it, like properly look at it. The weeds that come up in your neighbor's drive, the rosemary in your kitchen, the tea that you're already drinking. That is witchcraft. That is where it starts. And then you can sit with it. You can meditate with it. You can research it, right? Not just what it's used for, but also how it's being worked with in different cultures, in different folklore, in healing. And I highly recommend you start a herbal grimoire, or you just dedicate a simple notebook to your practice. One plant at a time. Start with that one that you are drawn to. And then you can begin adding it to your magical workings. You can use it in spell jars, in oils, in teas, in incense. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be felt. So grab a notebook, dedicate that to your plant practice. Start with one and then move on to another, one step at a time. And if this has landed with you and you want to go deeper, come and join me for the Wild Reawakening. It is a free 5-day experience where you actually get to come and work with me for 5 days. I'm so excited to share with you. We're going to be exploring some of the core techniques that I use with my clients, that I teach in my programs, including plant spirit work, stone medicine, energy healing, shamanic practices. It's not surface level stuff. We're going to be going deep, it's real, it's practical magic, and it's completely free. And we start on the 1st of September 2025, and you can sign up using the link in the description. And if this video has helped you, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, share it with friends, and let me know in the comments what plant first called to you. Or if you haven't started working with plants yet, what plant is calling to you? I would love to know more. Until next time, stay cool, won't you? I'll see you in the next video.